Well, hello, everyone. So, I realize it's probably insane to you guys that I'm uploading a video only 1 week later after my last one. Wow, I know. I'm amazing. You remember in my last video when I was saying that I was so busy because I had a job and blah blah blah? Well, 2 days later, they actually ended up firing me. So yeah, now I'm completely unemployed. That is a whole nother story. I was like considering like doing a little story time, but I'm a fish tuber, so I don't think anybody would be interested. But if you want to know a crazy story about how terrible it was working at my job that I just got fired from, let me know. Anyways, my name is Jill, the unemployed, and welcome to my channel. If you guys like fish, if you guys like... That's all I got. So if you guys like fish, just, hey, like, subscribe, turn on that bell. So what this video today is about is my Corydoras Fry. So they hatched about maybe 2.5 weeks ago, and while I'm not like the perfect Corydoras breeder yet, I just wanted to let you guys know how I've been taking care of them daily, because they are still alive and they are still doing really well. So I wanted to show you guys that they really are. It's so like crazy to see how fast they've been growing, because like I do have videos. So 4 more Corydoras Fry hatched 2 days ago, and like just seeing those little tiny beans compared to my 2.5-week-old Corydoras Fry, like I didn't really have a comparison. Like I kind of forgot what they looked like when they first hatched, but they really do grow so fast. So I'm going to show you guys how to take care of those guys.
Okay, well, as you could see, I originally tried to use one of those floating breeder baskets, but I figured, since those slits are on the bottom, that the fish would just, either get stuck or get hurt trying to get out. So then I ended up putting sand and gravel in there, but all in all, it was just too hard to clean, and I had an extra 5-gallon tank just sitting around, so I let go of that, just didn't bother anymore with that. $15 wasted, but who's counting? But if you want to use a breeder box, they do work. You just have to figure out how to, figure out what works for you, basically. It just didn't work for me. So what I am using now is like I said, a 5-gallon fish tank. You literally can go to Walmart and they're like $20 there. You can go to Kmart, $20 there, $30 there. As you can see, this tank is a bare bottom. That's just because these fish, these fry, they have so much waste. They produce so much waste in their food. It becomes such a mess. The end goal is obviously to try to keep your tank as clean as possible to keep your fish healthy. So yeah, keeping a bare bottom tank is what works for me. I would highly recommend you use a bare bottom tank. And they don't look that bad, so whatever. I also did have a sponge filter that went in there, but be warned, I did end up finding a dead fry in the tank because it got stuck under it, so I ended up taking it out. Totally not worth it. I think I'll just stick with the oxygen, and I'll do water changes once every 2 days, which works perfectly fine. The beginning of my maintenance with the fry tank begins with a tube. Simple tube. I've seen people use gravel vacs, things like that, but you literally can just go to your hardware store, get some tubing, and the way that you start a siphon is you submerge the whole tube underwater, and you'll pinch one side. So you'll put your thumb over one side. So there is like, so this is completely full, and this side is like open. This side has my thumb over it, basically. So you can see. Now, when you do this, you obviously have to be very, very, very careful, because these fry, they're so small you can barely see them, especially when you have like brand spanking new ones. So just keep in mind, you know, that you have to keep a close eye. And I know some people, they'll put like a filter over the nozzle, but I honestly just keep a really, really, really close eye on what I'm doing, and I'm very, very careful. And you can be successful if you do it that way, but beware, if the fry are small enough, they can hide in the little gelatinous glumps in the water. It's so gross, but they totally can. So like I said, just be very, very hyper aware. But it is satisfying to clean it. And it does take about maybe 10 minutes to do. But you do have to do this every day, or every other day at least, because it does get to be such a mess in the tank. And it looks so much better when it's nice and clean. But yeah, when you're done with that, you just fill the tank back up gently with water that obviously you've conditioned or had already set out. And please do not pay much attention to my plants, because they are a little melty right now. I don't think they're getting enough light, but so right now it is feeding time, and what I have for the Corydoras fry is First Bites by Hikari. And I know this is a staple for most people that are, you know, raising fry of any kind pretty much, but I have a little technique. I have a chopstick, dip the chopstick in a little bit of water, then you dip the wet chopstick in the baggie, just to not, you know, make a mess. And then I'm sure you can imagine what I do. I, you know, dunk it. And just so you know, this fish food, it does float a bit, so, you know, just make sure that it, you know, gets fully submerged, and it'll float right down to the bottom. Also, for the record, you don't have to feed your Corydoras fry for up to 2 days after they hatch out of their eggs, because they are still feeding on their yolk sac. But after the 2 days, then yeah, just start feeding them, you know, cyclops, brine shrimp, feed them hikari. Right now I've just been feeding them hikari, so whatever. I personally don't know if it matters that much about the variety, but my fish have been doing fine, so don't feel too bad if all you have is hikari. Okay, you guys, it has come to the end of the video once again. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and if I helped you at all, I'm freaking honored, and if I did not help you, then I'm freaking sorry. But yeah, if you want to see more of me, if you want to see more of my fish, if you want to see more of this junk that I do, just feel free to subscribe. Maybe give me a little like. It was nice hanging, and I hope you guys are healthy and safe and doing good, and have a great rest of your day.